So first of all, when you start the endless mode, guys, you need to go into the normal mode, select whatever character you want, and finish it. You don't need to do the hard mode yet. Like when you start off the game, you would always do easy, then after easy, you stop at normal. After you get some attack buffs and whatnot, then you go to normal. After you do normal, you stop at hard. And after once you reach hard, you get like almost all of the normal skill buffs. And once you get all of the normal skill buffs, you go ahead and do the hard mode. And that's where you reroll for buffs. So as you can see here, hold on. Here with Stain, there is easy mode, elite mode, and hard mode. Which is elite is normal. So you first do easy. This is where you start basically from the very beginning. Then once you get some of the normal skill buffs and like you do some good buffs with the normal skill, then you do elite. The hard one, leave it until you max out the normal skill or almost max out the normal skill. I wouldn't recommend you to do hard. Once you maxed out your normal skill, hold on. Once you wait, as you can see here in the skill study, this is the normal skill. Once you max it out like that, then you can do hard mode. Then you can do hard. Okay. So what I did is do easy mode. After I'm done with easy mode, I go to endless and do up until stage 15 of the endless mode and finish it off on the 15. Once I finish on the 15, I repeat it again and again and again and again until I get 8,000 over 8,000. Do also the daily objectives, which is dying once and getting the buff mixtures and clearing stages and clearing enemies. Once I do that, then I go to the skill study and buy those buffs, buy the normal skill buffs. Then I repeat the process day by day again and again and again until I max this out, and then I do the hard. And once I do the hard, I select the good buffs to do the good buffs in order to pass more of the stages in endless mode, like up until 22 or 23. Once I do 22 or 23, I buy some special skill in order to get even better buffs. And with the better buffs, I'm able to clear all of the endless mode because I get good buffs with buying all of this. Like doing this every single time, every day for 8,000 over 8,000. And then once you're done with all of that, you go to character exclusive and buy the last buff for those characters. Don't buy the first buff for Kirishima, second, third, fourth. Buy the important buffs that you feel would help you a lot. So for Kirishima, you would want to get the last buff after maxing out on this one. Then this one, you would get the last one. And then after the last one, you would get whatever you feel you need with the Kirishima. And then Stain, same thing, get the last one and then whatever you feel you need. Like attack speed is important, you get that for Stain and the blood drive. The rest you can leave it for later and focus on leveling up your special skill and normal skill. And then yeah, basically that's about it. I did this for as much as I could, 8,000 over 8,000. I get 8,000 over 8,000 every single day. And I was able to pretty much max out all my buffs and whatnot. The skill research lab buffs, the skills. So yeah, now I'm missing one more buff for this. One more buff, which is the Stain buff, which is the wall of slashes. Which I would get it on this reset. So yeah, this is it. And this is the trial pass in which you have to do your dailies, your daily objectives, as you can see here. These daily things in order to get this up. And yeah, do this for like 7 days. And here is the endless mode ranking. I'm like top 5 on both on my server and like top 200 cross server. for both. So yeah, I could 100% do better. So yeah, we would be trying to get a better score in this one. So yeah, basically, once you select hard here, these, after you select hard and you max out on your skill lab buffs, you would choose hard, and these are the, hold on, the buffs you would need. Like what I think is almost pretty good you would need. So for me, buff record 3 for Kirishima is the best. So yeah, record 3, these are the buffs I have for Kirishima. So I have the Q skill buff 4, you need to have that. This one is a must. If you don't have that, then you won't be able to do this easily. Q skill buff 4, you need that for Kirishima. Okay, and then W skill buff 1 combined with W skill buff 3. This allows you to spam your Q at maximum power and do a lot of damage. You need W skill buff 1 and then W skill buff 3. And then for the last one, W skill buff 2, I guess, or you could take Q skill buff, which increases the damage. Like, both are same either way. This one, in order to increase the damage, to do much damage, like when you spam and spam, you would do that much damage. So yeah. And then for the remaining buffs, the remaining purple buffs, I would tell you to get the ultimate recharge and the no damage recharge buff. For here, unfortunately, I don't have the no damage recharge, but you would need it 100%. I missed this one little buff in which if I had that, I would get like the best score with Kirishima for sure. But unfortunately, I don't. You have ult recharge and then ult late damage. After you do your ult, you would increase your damage. This buff is good as well for Kirishima. This one is important, the shield breaker one, the AoE damage. And then pretty much take buffs that gives you increased attack and increased crit. Increase attack and increase crit. Don't take buffs which just increases your max HP, or when you die you get the damage buff, or buffs that increases your movement speed or recovers your HP. These are useless buffs. Like, I would prioritize getting the damage buffs over those buffs overall. So yeah. And then see, all of them is pretty much damage buffs. And yeah, that's pretty much the buffs you want to focus on Kirishima. Now I'm going to talk about the Stain buffs. So with Stain, you would want to focus on two main buffs with Stain. The E skill buff 2, which is this one. This is the most important buff. You need to have that, like, no matter what. And then I believe the W skill buff 2 or W skill buff 3, which is this one, in which increases your damage of call. Anything that increases the damage of call, you pick that buff for Stain. Like, the damage of call increased by 40%, damage of call by 50%. These buffs for Stain, you would want to get them. Not the one which you increase your amount of daggers or whatnot, or the Vigor rate, things like that. You don't want those buffs. You would want buffs that increases the damage of call. And then after that, you would want to take the ultimate late damage, the ult late damage, combined with super ult. Once you do the super ult, and then you do your ultimate, you refresh your E skill once it's done, and then do it again. Do the E skill again. Like, see here, you need a no damage recharge, and you need the ult late damage, and then there is a buff which gives you ult. After doing the ult, you get another ult. That one you don't really need with the Stain step setup that I have here, but most important, you need no damage recharge, super ult, and then the E skill buff. These three things. And the ult late damage, which increases your damage. And then overall for the rest, you get the no damage buffs. All of the damage buffs and the crit rate buff. The buffs that increase your crit damage or crit rate. You would 100% need that for Stain. And penetration is really good as well. No, penetration and damage and attack up. the ones that recover your HP or increases max HP, these buffs are not important. So yeah, this is overall the buffs you would be needing or looking for both Stain and Kirishima. Okay, that's enough for me explain what you should be doing and what buffs you should get. Now we will try to do the mock trials with Kirishima and Stain and try to get as high score as possible, even though the buffs for them aren't the best. So yeah, we'll start off first with Kirishima. I'm gonna turn off the commentary. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy my walkthrough of this one. So yeah, here we go with Kirishima. And there you go, guys. This is, look, guys. See, the taken hits taken. This is an important factor for your score, guys. Guys, in order to do well with Kirishima, Stain, and whatnot, you have to take no hits at all. Like, as you can see here, in which I just did, I get 486k score because I didn't take any hits, and I did pretty well, so yeah. And battle time is 826. If I had the ult spam, like I could spam my ult like many times over, I would have gotten an even higher score, like 500k. I'm not even joking. but unfortunately I didn't get the right buffs, so this is probably the best that I could get for Kirishima. So yeah, 486 score without taking any hits. So yeah, as you guys can see, now I think I'm rank of 2 with Kirishima. Not rank of 1 because I don't have the proper buffs for Kirishima, like the best buffs. I believe I made the top 100, so yeah, as you guys can see, this is how you get top 50 with Kirishima. Like, you should not take any hits at all, and you should build really good buffs, and be mindful of the time. Like, you need to kill it as fast as possible, while not taking any hits, and be mindful of the time. So yeah, and this is how we did it with Kirishima. Now we're gonna do it with Stain. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy for Stain. Let's do it.
らけで偽物ども
Well guys, I tried my best, but I took some hits. So as you guys can see, for me taking 4 hits, that's about almost 50 to 60k points loss from before. And the time I took it, it's not that great, like it's not the best, but in total I get a score of 472. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's really important to not take hits at all. So I guess taking 4 hits is, I guess, okay with Stain, but it's not the best. Like I need to build a better buff with Stain. You need to build better buff with more culls and whatnot, and my Stain should be good for top 50 scores. So yeah, this is basically how you guys build your buffs for mock trials, and how you should play mock trials and approach it. Like it's not an easy top 10 or top 5, like as you guys can witness. And no, you don't have to be a fucking whale in order to be number 1. See guys, I don't have Stain triple S plus or triple S or even double S or even Kirishima triple S plus, but I'm still able to buy every single buffs in the shop. Like you don't need every single objective to be done in order to get all of the buffs. So yeah, if you're free to play, then you can for sure, if you build the right buffs, know how to play, don't take hits, you would get rank of 1. I'm being serious. You can get rank of 1 being free to play. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand how this game mode works and what you should be doing in order to get a good score. And yeah, this was all. Hopefully you find my video helpful. This was done in a live stream. I'm gonna put it as a normal video. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and see you all in the next one. Goodbye.